Hey, what's going on, flooring companies? Today I got a really exciting video. I'm going to be going over exactly step by step how you can rank your flooring company on the first page and then the top three and number one within Google search organically. So this is going to be specifically over local SEO, how you rank your Google business profile number one or in the top three of Google search for common searches like flooring company near me, Harvard floor installer, Dallas, things like that. It's incredibly valuable that you do everything you can to rank in the top three at least for most of your keywords. So that's where like the people that are ready to go, ready to buy, they're going and they're searching in real time, and whoever they find right there in the top three, that is who they're going to call to get an estimate from or to inquire or book an appointment with. So this is really cool because, right, this is not just me saying this. Recently, usually there's every single year, there's companies that will go and find out what are the actual search factors that Google is looking at to rank Google business profiles for specific searches for local SEO. They come out with website ones too, how to rank your website. I'm going to be going over today specifically how to rank your Google business profile in Google Maps, because that's going to be primarily where you're going to get most of the organic leads on Google is going to be on there. The website one is important too, and some of these play into that. But for just you, the everyday flooring business owner, you got to do everything you can to optimize for these things I'm going to talk about. And that's what's going to rank your profile, and that's how you're going to get more calls and make money, right? So let me hop right into it. So you can look this up yourself. This is by Whitespark. It's whitespark.ca. They came out with this, I think, a few months ago, but this is now like the ranking factors. They've tested this. I don't know how they tested it, but they tested it, and these are the exact steps and rankings on how you can rank your Google business profile for your flooring company to rank high and get phone calls. So let me break some of these down on what this looks like. So the first one's going to be the primary category. This is so big. Obviously, it's number one. It's the easiest thing to do, though. So it's the most important thing, and it's the least hardest thing to do. It's so incredibly easy. So for example, I'm going to show you right here. You just pull up your profile, and that's what I'm talking about, ranking your profile in the top three for like flooring, Dallas, things like that, right? With your reviews and all that. Go to edit profile, and you've got the business category, right? So you click on the edit button, and this is right here is the number one thing Google is looking at to see who they're going to rank for specific searches. So if you've selected flooring contractor for your search, you have a much higher chance of popping up for a search that says flooring contractor near me over someone where their primary category is flooring store, let's say. So if someone's primary category is flooring store, they're going to have a least likely chance, right? I hope that makes sense. So you can select additional categories too, which is one of the factors that it says in there as well. And there's several that encompass the flooring companies. So you can select any of these: flooring contractor, flooring store. There's tile, there's refinishing, wood floor refinishing, wood installation, sanding and polishing, wood laminate flooring supplier. I think that's most of them. Might be missing one, but that's usually what you're going to be going. So if you are a hardwood focused company that is refinishing installation, like hardwood's your thing, I would 1000% suggest you select one of these two right here. Especially if your main thing is refinishing, selecting refinishing services is really vital. That's going to help you pop up over most other people. So the category, really key. Make sure your primary category matches up with the searches you want to pop up for. That's really important. Okay, number two, proximity of address. I'm not going to go through all these. Some of these are kind of the same thing. Proximity, so that this really matters a lot. Obviously, it's local business searches. So if someone's looking for a flooring company near them and someone has an address that is right next to them that they're searching versus there's another company that is 10 miles down the road, the company that pops up, that's 0.1 miles away, they're going to pop up over the one that's further away. It's obvious, right? So I say this because if you have an address, if you have an office, make sure that it is actually in your profile. That seems very simple, right? But there's a lot of people where they don't actually put their address. So you can you can put your proximity, like your address, or you can be a service area business. You have a much higher chance of popping up for local searches if you have an address. So here's another way you can use this. if you're really serious about this and you really want to take it to the next level, it's the second biggest ranking factor. That's really big. You can actually go out and just go buy an office, right? Or rent an office, whatever, just to have an address so that you can rank in Google and you have a better chance. And I recommend you can almost see it as a part of your advertising strategy is like, hey, I'm going to spend $300, $500 each month to rent this office out just so I can put an address in Google. So if you want to rank in Dallas, get a Dallas address. If you want to rank in a suburb or a smaller town, get an address there. So that's one way you can leverage that, is actually go get an address, even though you don't necessarily want an office, right? Next one, keywords in your Google business profile business title. So this is essentially just the title of your business, just your business name. So if you do hardwood refinishing, if that's what the search is, and your business is like Tom's Hardwood Refinishing, you're gonna have a really high chance of popping up for someone that just says like this, just a regular business name. So that's one thing to think about. Like, you can't keyword stuff. Google's kind of against that. So this is more of an advantage if you're a new business and you're still coming up with your name and you really want to pop up for like hardwood floor installation. Just make your name like Tom's Hardwood Floor Installation. I don't know, something like that you can do. Physical address in the city of search, kind of the same thing as number 2. Business is open at the time of search. Business hours, that's a pretty common sense one. Just make sure you have business hours on there. If you don't, please go do that. I would even just make it to where it's open every single day. That's going to give you just a higher chance. And then here's the biggest one, really kind of the not final one I'll talk about, but this is the biggest one that is mattering way more in local Google search, and that's reviews. Reviews are really, really key. And it starts here. There's I think 4 or 5 out of the top 14 here have to do with reviews. So a high numerical Google rating, okay? So if a business has 16 reviews versus a business that has 100 reviews, you're going to have a lot higher chance of popping up if you have 100 reviews over 16. Common sense, right? So here's what you need to do. You need to make it your life's mission to get as many Google reviews as possible, right? Sending out your Google review share link. You can click right here, ask for reviews. This is a review link. Hit the copy, put it on the notes in your phone, send it out to previous customers, and every single new customer you get after you know they're satisfied. So you can do that. There's different softwares you can get to help you with that. We've got a software that will automate getting Google reviews as well, if you want help with that. But you've got to get more reviews. That is going to make you more money. I've got several videos on that. But getting more reviews will make you more money, get you more calls. Okay, address showing on Google Business Profile, same idea. Just have an address if you can. If not, it's okay. Additional GBB categories. So that's what I said earlier. So like the additional categories here. Make sure you fill this out. Put as many as possible. Just the whole idea here is just fill out the profile completely. Fill every space, every character with the keywords that you want to rank for, essentially. Okay, that's really, really key. Quantity of native Google reviews with text. Same idea. Reviews. Get a bunch of reviews. This one I need to look over. Proper placement of the map pin. I'm not sure if I know what that is actually. Recency of reviews. So making sure that you actually have recent reviews, not just ones from 5 years ago, 10 years ago, but actually having a consistent flow. And this is what number 14 is as well. Sustained influx of reviews over time rather than bursts. So you might get 10 reviews in an hour because you asked all your friends to review you. But make sure it all goes back to have a process in place for customers whenever you finish the job to send them a review link. It's going to solve for that problem every single time. So just make sure you install that system in your business. Okay, that's pretty much the main things I wanted to go over. Complete a Google Business Profile. Again, like I said, just go fill it out. One other thing you can do as well is when you're ever here on your dashboard, go to Edit Services, and there's a bunch of these like services under each category that are like ones you can select that you want to rank for. And I would recommend you go through and you can click Add More Services. You can add custom services. There's already pre-selected ones that you can just go and do, but make sure you just go ahead and do that. Just fill everything out. Really, really important. And then this is some of the last things I'll go over. These are important. The website. The website's really, really key. So you kind of look at about 17 through 24, you could say. A lot of those have to do with the website. There's links too. I'm not going to go over backlinks. Backlinks are important. Not crazy important for local search. Not as much as website search. But let's go over this keywords and GVP landing page title tag. What this means is your website. So when you go to the website, this is the title of the website, right? It's called the title tag. This is what you're telling Google. This is what our website is, right? It's called the title tag. So make sure your title tag matches your primary category. Really, really key. So if your primary category is flooring contractor, you want it to say business name, best flooring contractor in the main city that you're wanting to serve in. So if it's flooring store, make sure it says best flooring store in the main city you want to serve in. That's how you always want to make your title tags. That's really, really key. Keywords in the GVP landing page headings, H1, H2. What that means is you have on your website the title tag, and then also what Google is reading on each page is what's called the H1. This is the main headline of what each page is about. Most pages will have one. A lot of times they won't if you don't know what you're doing on your website. But make sure your main headline like this is the primary category that you want to rank in. So if it's flooring contractor, same thing. Top rated flooring contractor in the city you want to serve in. So that's the H1. Okay. So make sure that's set. You've got hours again. Predefined services. That's what this is. What I was talking about earlier. Predefined services. So you go to edit services. And these are all the predefined ones that you can just go select. So come in here, hit add services, and you can just select a bunch of them. Just fill everything out. Dedicated page service for page for each service. This is a really key one. So like if you go to the website, you have like a service page for each one. So not just our services and it's just one page, but you have a page for each service, like for laminate, for hardwood, for vinyl, whatever it is you do. Okay, I promise this is the last one I'll talk about. I saw this, I went over it. Geographic keyword relevance of content. So this is what really matters is when you are doing service area. So like again, they're gonna read the H1 tag right here where it says like your main keyword plus the city you want to search or you want to rank in, right? That's really key. But you got to make sure you have actual service area pages that are like city pages, city keyword content. So you want to build city pages or service area pages. So get the 5 to 10 to 15 to 20 cities you want to rank in and get jobs in and make a page for each city on your website. So, and make sure your H1 says your keyword with the city again. So, that's pretty much it with the website. Just make sure the headline's good, title tag's good, service area pages, and a page for each service, and just decent content on the homepage, and you're going to be fine. But okay, there's a lot on there. I could keep going. I won't do that though. We would be here for 3 hours. But the main things are fill out your Google Business Profile. Number one, completely get your keywords right on there. Fill everything out. Get an address if you can. Like I said, go rent one if you can. If you're really serious about it, want to rank in certain spots, go buy or rent an address and know that it's just a part of your marketing budget, even though you're not going to go to the office. And then number two, reviews. Make it your life's mission to go get as many reviews as humanly possible and have a system in place to get reviews on autopilot as you're completing jobs. If you want help with that, we do have an automation of software that can help you with that, where you just keep doing business as normal, and the automation works in the background to send out review requests. Make sure you have something like that. And then your website, number three, make sure the things I just went over are adjusted properly on your website. Your title tag, main headline, services, pages, and then you have the service area pages for each city. But you can check this out on this website if you want as well. Very helpful. But hopefully this was helpful. Very in-depth video today. But let me know if you have any questions. You can shoot them down below or shoot me an email. If you want help with your marketing, you can also shoot me an email. Go to our website down below. But I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much.